Anton Morset.
Yeah, right there is good. Right there at the end. Perfect. Thank you, Marshals. Thank you, Marshals. All right. We'll get Anton down the straightaway. Go ahead, Anton. All right.
Chris Van Wagner.
Everyone else. Grid them up. Grid them up. Shepard in the 5, Heath in the 4, Morissette in the 3, Van Wagner in the 2, Mike Sora in the 1. All right, we're all locked. We got our music clicked off. We got our YouTube recording going, and our 21.5 B main is going to be underway here. Marshall's ready. Driver's ready. Let's go racing at the sound of the tone. All right, decent sword, decent start. We got back guys. That was Heath and Shepard, I believe. Corbin bringing out a new paint job for the main. Soar in the 1. Van Wagner in the 2. Morissette in the 3. So 1, 2, and 3 work their way in that center section. Reggie looming in the distance. Corbin and Heath trying to catch up. Those two are battling out for that 4 or 5 spot. Sora's up onto the straightaway. Van Wagner's on the straightaway. Morissette's on the straightaway. Oh, Sora bonks a pipe, spins at 180. Doesn't have to get marshaled. Stays on the lead, so Sora by the line. Van Wagner by the line. Anton by the line. 1, 2, and 3 separated by a couple seconds as they work their way through that chicane. Then we got Reggie and Heath rounding out the field. So we got even spacing out of Sora, Van Wagner, and Anton. Morissette. Heath gets a run coming up on the straightaway. Somewhat marshals himself. A little bit of help from Cocott. Thank you for volunteering. Oh, no. Van Wagner puts it upside down. That moves Anton in that 2 spot. Here comes Reggie moving into the 3 spot. So a little bit of a mix-up there. Sora reaping all the benefits. He did have a 2.4. We'll see what that lead is when he comes by the start-finish line. So he now enjoys a 5.8-second lead. And then Anton puts it upside down. Reggie puts it upside down. So we got Reggie, Anton, and Van Wagner all hashing it out for that number 2 spot right now. Reggie gets it wrong, puts it upside down. He's going to have to get marshaled out. Morissette and Van Wagner in the 2-3 spot, working their way through that center section. 2 minutes in, 3 to go. Sora enjoying a hefty lead. Stretched it out to 11 seconds after that melee of a last lap. But Morissette hanging tough in that too. Van Wagner hanging out in that distance. Oh no, Morissette puts it wrong. 50-50's the pipe. It ends up on the wrong side, drops to that 3 spot. Reggie not close enough to capitalize on that mistake, so Van Wagner moves into that 2 spot. Morissette drops down to the 2. Then Van Wagner puts it upside down to the rumble strip. Here comes Morissette, able to close the gap and not quite. And here comes Sora running clean and smooth up onto that straightaway. He's setting his sights on lapping the whole field. So that's those two are battling out for 2. And that is your leader behind you. So you guys figure it out however you want to. So Van Wagner did drop to the 3, but then regains the 2 spot after that mistake from Morissette. Oh, and Sora puts it upside down
left.
just as he was going to lap. So 1, 2, and 3. Sora with a lap on top of him while these two battle out for that final transfer spot. 150 left, 150 left. Van Wagner in the 2. He goes by the start-finish line. Morissette by the start-finish line. 1.4 separates the 2. As Sora's going to try to get out of the mix there. And then he gets it wrong going on the straight. Morissette puts it upside down as well. So Van Wagner's getting out to a cushy lead right now in that 2 spot. Reggie almost on the same stretch of real estate as Morissette. Not quite, though. There goes Van Wagner, put it upside down again. So neither one of these guys want this 2nd spot. Reggie's hoping they'll keep up their madness. Maybe he can sneak in and pick up the pieces. So Sora's off to the races right now with a minute left. So barring a disaster, oh, Anton puts it upside down, and here comes Reggie. Here comes Reggie. Reggie gets around. I'm pretty sure they're on the same lap. So there goes Reggie. Hooks it up just a little bit by that start-finish line. So Reggie's putting it together, so he just laid back, put down clean laps, and is able to move into that 3 spot, while Van Wagner tries to pull away in that 2 spot. So the battle right now is between 3 and 4. Reggie and Morissette through that center section, over that floater double by the start-finish line. They go separated by 0.7 of a second. 3 spots still up for grabs. 1 and 2 seem to be sewn up, but Van Wagner puts it upside down on that bolt turn. So here comes Reggie and Morissette, going to give chase with 20 seconds left. They're going to get around for one more here. So there's Van Wagner by the start-finish line, Reggie by the start-finish line, Morissette by the start-finish line. Wagner puts it upside down. Reggie gets along, so does Morissette. Crying out loud, boys. In the last minute, closing seconds here, whoever gets by the start-finish line is how you're going to end. Van Wagner's going almost half body off. Reggie finds his way in that 2 spot. So with time expiring, Corbin, you're done. Reggie, you end up in the 2. Van Wagner's in that 3. And Anton's going to end up in that 4 spot. And here comes our leader through that bolt turn. Going to take that transfer spot. So we are going to take top 3 to the A main. Top 3 is going to the A main. So Mike Soar, Reggie Shepard, and Chris Van Wagner, you're all bumping into that A main event. We're going to need all 5 of those drivers on the track, along with 2 or 3 marshals. Race number 2, 17.5 B main. You guys are going to be up next. We're going to need a handful of marshals, along with those drivers from race number 1. Out on the track, please. All right, we need a handful of marshals. We're going to put our blowers down. Blowers down, blowers down. All right, 75B drivers, you guys go to roll them out. Check them in. That's Jeremiah Rose, Reggie Shepard, Chad Mara, Mike Blythe, Josh Santos, and Trista Mara. Both the Maras are taking a scratch, so odds just got better for you boys.
45 seconds to the start of the race.
All right, we need a marshal on the bucket. We need a marshal in that center triple.
30
we
seconds
need
to the start of the race.
2 or 3 marshals out on the track, please. 2 or 3 marshals out on the track.
JJ. Mike Blythe.
All right, no one else down the straightaway. No one else down the straightaway.
15 seconds to the start of the race.
Let's get him gridded up on the straightaway there. Rose in the
Jeremiah
6,
Rose.
Shepard in the 5, Blythe in the 3, Santos in the 2. Hey. Said no one
Reggie
else
Shepard.
down the straightaway. Grid him up. Blythe's getting a little payback. All right, we need a marshal coming onto the straightaway. 1 marshal on the straightaway. Thank you, Tucker. All right, taking the top 2. Marshals ready, drivers ready. Let's get it on at the sound of the tone. $17.5 B main underway. Good clean start there. As Reggie taking a bold move, moving to that 2 spot. Josh into the 1. Blythe falls into the 3. And we got Jeremiah rounding out the field. 1, 2, 3, and 4 off that straightaway. Blythe tries to make a move on the inside of Santos. Oh, Reggie gets it wrong after moving into the lead. Drops down 3 spots. He's down to the 4 spot right now. Jeremiah's going to move into that 3 spot. So Santos hanging on to that 1 spot. Blythe reclaims that 2 spot. Rose and Shepard get into it in that rumble strip after someone got a little bit wrong. So Santos And Blythe doing a little bit of a breakaway here as long as they can keep a rubber side down and see if they can stretch it out. Reggie with the speed through that bull turn. He's going to see if he can reel these two in. As it is right now, we're taking the top two. Oh, Santos bonks a pipe. Blythe moves around, so now it's Blythe to the 1. Santos to the 2. These two just need to work together, but there's Reggie looming in the distance. Blythe gets it wrong. Cages up in the pipes, has to get marshaled out. Here comes Reggie. Blythe by the start-finish line. Reggie goes on the inside. Retakes that 2 spot, so Blythe falls to the 2 to the 3 after getting marshaled. Santos gets it wrong, has to get marshaled out by Tucker. So 1, 2, 3 down the straightaway. Santos found his way back into that 1 spot, and Reggie flipping it over in that bull turn, but marshaling himself. Blythe has to marshal himself as well in that bull turn. Jeremiah getting it wrong going on the straightaway, so everyone's having a rough lap here. Reggie gets it wrong going on the rumble strip. Santos doing everything he can. Just keep a rubber side down. He doesn't have to put down heaters. Just need to put down a nice clean laps. Reggie and Blythe are going to go at it for that 2 spot now with 2 minutes in, 3 to go. There's Santos by the line. There's Blythe and Reggie. The only way we can tell the two apart is a little bit of yellow. Reggie puts it upside down. That moves Blythe back into the 2. So Blythe back into the 2, and his associated B63. Santos does a little pirouette in that bull section. Bull section has got these guys numbered. Santos puts it upside down. That moves Blythe into the 1, so we got a lot of lead changes here. So now Blythe into the 1. He puts it upside down, lands on his feet. Through the chicane he goes, so it's Blythe and Santos. No need for these two to race one another. They need to work together. They're finally checking out a little bit from 3 and 4. After Shepard made a hard charge, he's ran into a string of mistakes. So 1 and 2 are working their way through that chicane. Blythe still out front. Santos in the 2 with 2:05 in. 2:05, scratch that 3 in. 2 to go. Blythe in the 1. Those are your leaders coming up on you, Reggie?
2 minutes
He
left.
has to get marshaled out by Paul. So Blythe in the 1, Santos in the 2. These two are just settling in and running their laps, not trying to fight with one another. But they both take the turns making a mistake. That moves Santos to the 1. Blythe goes to the inside. Retakes the 1 spot. Both over the kicker, over the floater they go. So 1 and 2 by the start-finish line. These guys got room. They can fight it out if they want with a minute 33 left. Blythe bonks it. Santos moves back into the 1. Blythe into the 2. No one's quite close enough to capitalize on any of their mistakes. Blythe tries to go huge. Hits the back wheels and flips it over. But he's enjoying a 19-second lead over 3rd place right now. So no harm there. Santos finds his way back into the 1 spot where he started. Blythe in the 2 where he started. With 1 minute left, our novice A-main is coming
1 minute
at
left.
you in just a few. In less than a minute, so 50 seconds left. Santos and Blythe looking to punch their ticket to the dance here. With 45 seconds left, Santos off the straightaway, Blythe off the straightaway. Then we got Reggie and Jeremiah rounding out the field. Santos puts it upside down, moves Blythe back into the 1. So Blythe moves into the 1. Santos drops to the 2. No one wants to take that 9 spot on the grid. Santos puts it upside down, marshals himself. 25 seconds left, 25 seconds left. It's like everyone's going to get around for at least one more. Jeremiah's going to get around for one more. Blythe is going to make it for one more. Santos falling apart, but he's got a hefty lead over 3rd place, 23 seconds. So, barring a disaster, this is going to be it right here. That is time on the clock. You're going to be done when you cross the line. Jeremiah, you are done in that 4th spot. Blythe taking that win. And first transfer spot. And here comes Reggie by the start-finish line in the 3 spot. And your number 2, Josh Santos, taking that 10 spot in the A-main. All stop. Marshals, grab your blowers. Marshals, grab your blowers. We're going to need all those drivers on the track along with a handful of volunteers for our novice A-main. All right, we need a handful of volunteers, please. Handful of volunteers. And all of those 17.5 B main drivers on the track, please. All right, let's go ahead and go by the start finish line.
Last time I drove a 17.5 in a race was October 10th.
1 minute to the start of the race.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, because you were 21.5 and truck and all that stuff. All right, novice drivers, go ahead and roll them out. Check them in.
45 seconds to the start of the race. Thirty seconds to the start of the race. 15 seconds to the start of the race. Less than 5.
All right, no one else down the straightaway. No one else down the straightaway. All right, Garrett in the 3, Keith in the 2, and Briggs in that 1 spot. We need 2 volunteer marshals, please. Oh, no, 1, because, no, 2. We need 1 in the center on cone number 6 and 1 on the chicane. We got our novice A main here going, so we need a full complement of marshals. Barrett Briggs in the 1 spot. Keith in the 2. All right, Keith, white car, come on up in that 2 spot. There you go. And then Tucker in the 3. All right, all right. All right, so we're going to keep it clean through this first corner, so let's not booger up into one another. Yeah, just on the end there. So keep it clean at the sound of the tone, but you guys are racing one another. So marshals ready, drivers ready. Let's go.
Transponder 6356762. Transponder 6490243.
So Barrett in the 1. Tucker in the 2. Keith in the 3. Down the straightaway they go. Barrett in the purple 4-wheel. Tucker in the black and green 2-wheel. And then Keith coming off the straightaway right now.
Transponder 6494243. Garrett Tucker.
All right, so we got Briggs out front, Tucker in that 2. Keith coming by to click off another one in that 3 spot. All right, so Barrett stretching it out in the purple. Associated B74, I believe. Taking an option line there. That's fine. Spin it around and keep on going. Attaboy. So Briggs taking off. Tucker in that 2. So our 3 novice drivers in their debut race here are all looking good. Tucker is in that 2, solidly in that 2. Oh, watching the center, watching the center. That was Keith getting it wrong. He's got to get marshaled out. There's our leader by the start-finish line. 2 minutes in, 3 to go. Garrett Tucker in the black-green. Black wheels off the straightaway. He comes. Nice and smooth through that center section. Double single into the bull turn. Up onto that kicker and then over the floater. By the start-finish line, nice and clean. Our leader puts it upside down in that center section. He's got a pretty hefty lead, though, so he's got a few of those he can cash in if he needs to. But 3 down, 2 to go. Barrett out front. Garrett in the 2.
2 minutes
Keith
left.
in the 3. There goes Keith by the start-finish line in his TLR ride. White and black with the white wheels. Our 13.5 Sportsman / two-wheel drive stadium truck, A-Main, is coming up next. With 1:30 left, Barrett out front, Garrett in the 2, Keith in the 3. All 3 of them looking good in a novice class here. That's all right, just spin around and keep going. Thank you for stopping and waiting. Garrett biffs it into the pipes, got to get marshaled out. He's still comfortable in that 2 spot, though. Our number 1 driver
1 minute
flips it upside down on that bull turn, but marshals himself by the start-finish line. He goes. No, Keith runs dead. Looks like he's out with some technical difficulties. So he's going to have to settle for that 3 spot with 45 seconds left. Briggs and Tucker are going to battle it out here. Looks like Briggs coming around. If he keeps the rubber side down, he can challenge, put another lap on the field here. So even though Briggs and Tucker are both running really good, Briggs using that 4-wheel motion to his advantage. Getting around that track good. Oh, Garrett gets it wrong, has to get marshaled out. 18 seconds left. They're both going to get around for 1 more lap. There's number 1 by the start finish. There's 2 by the start finish. This will be their final lap. They're going to battle it out like they're fighting for 1 and 2. Barrett's got a lap on Garrett, but let's see if Garrett can get around him. Garrett does. He wants that lap back. And there it is. By the start finish line, they go. So Barrett taking the win. In that 1 spot, Garrett Tucker taking the 2, Keith in the 3. I'll stop.
race is
Marshals,
completed.
grab your blowers. Marshals, grab your blowers. 13.5 Sportsman / stadium truck. You guys will be up next. All right, blowers down. We need all those drivers from that last race out on the track.
1 minute to
with
the
a
start of
couple
the race.
volunteers, you guys can go ahead and roll them out, check them in.
"45 seconds to the start of the race. Slim shading. Craig
All right,
Shaw.
novice drivers, means you out on
30
the
seconds
track,
to the start of the
please, and
race.
a handful of
Anton
volunteers,
Morset.
please. In the 4, Craig Shaw. In the 2, scratch that. In the 3, Tucker McCumber. Oh, scratch that. Hold on. Jeremiah Rose, you were in the 4. In the 3 is
15 seconds to
Anton
the start of the race.
Morset. In the 2, Craig Shaw. And top qualifier for the night, Tucker McCumber.
Jeremiah Rose.
No one else down the straightaway. Everyone, grid them up.
Less than 5.
We'll get this show on the road here shortly. We need some volunteer marshals, please. We need one on the bucket, one on the chicane, and one in the center. So we got one on the center. We need 2. We need one on the bucket and one on the chicane, please. One on the bucket, one on the chicane. Van Wagner's going to hook it up. And we need one more volunteer out on the bucket, please. One more volunteer out on the bucket. One volunteer on the bucket, please. Nice. Paul Weir with the hookups. It's not really a bucket, it's just a stool. All right, marshal's ready. Driver's ready. Touch gloves, keep it clean. Let's go racing at the sound of the tone. All right, we got a clean start there. We got a pretty clean start there. Looks like Craig got spun around there in that bull turn and see what happened and let the sportsman drivers get in front of him. That's going to allow Tucker to push his lead out just a little bit. Anton gets a little bit wrong. That allows Jeremiah to get around. Jeremiah goes wide and hits a pipe. Going to drop him down to that 2 spot for the sportsman class. Craig found his way around those 4-wheel drive knuckleheads and see if he can set his sight. Oh, and then he puts it upside down as he was about to set his sights on Tucker. So Tucker with an early breakaway here in his TLR stadium truck. Craig puts it upside down going on the straightaway. And then we got Jeremiah putting it upside down. So that allows Anton to stretch out his lead in sportsman class. Tucker coming down the straightaway. Craig got his body a little wonky on that wreck there. Let's see if that'll hold together for him. So Tucker in the 1, Craig in the 2 in the stadium class. Then we got Anton out front in the sportsman class. And then round out the field, Jeremiah Rose. 1:30 in, 3:30 to go. Our 21.5 A main will be up next after a little bit of water. Anton Bissett has to get marshaled out by Paul. Oh, yikes. Then we got Craig and Rose getting it wrong there as Tucker's coming around to put a lap on them. So Tucker got that TLR stadium truck hooked up nice and good, working his way through that chicane up onto the straightaway he goes. Spins it around, gets a little love from Jeremiah. Those big fat mushy tires just saved Tucker from a rough and tumble right there. Absorbed some of that piping he did. So our leader, Tucker off the straightaway. Anton by the start finish line in the 1. Tucker puts it upside down, so loses everything he gains. Put a lap on the field. Oh, Jeremiah lawn darts it into the pipe. Hits a seam and stops dead. Luckily, his wheeler's still up and running. So Craig pushes it wide, goes out of bounds for a 2-stroke penalty. Tucker gets around him to put a lap on him.
2 minutes left.
Anton still holding strong in number 1 spot in that sportsman position. Minute 50 left, minute 50 left. So Tucker in the 1, Anton in the 1. Both of those two sharing first place in their respective classes, Stadium Truck and four-wheel drive Sportsman. Jeremiah in the all blue, B74, working his way through that bull turn. All blue, yellow wheels over that floater double. By the start finish line, he goes. Then we got Craig in that 2-spot Stadium Truck by the start finish line. We got about 1 minute left in this A main event.
1 minute left.
No real battles right now, so as long as everyone keeps the wheels down, this is how it's going to sort out. So barring a disaster, Tucker is off to the races, putting a lap on the field. Craig's going to be in that 2 spot with 40 seconds left. Anton coming down the straightaway, setting his sights on Jeremiah Rose. Both of those two running those that associated B74. Both got yellow wheels. Jeremiah puts it upside down, going onto the straightaway. That allows Anton to put a lap on him. With 13 seconds left, these three drivers are going to get around. We'll see if Tucker makes it. He's got 9 seconds to get through this bull turn, and by the start-finish line, we'll see if he does it. Looking pretty good. He is. He's going to get his white flag lap, so that is a race. That is a race. Everyone keep going until you cross the line. You will be done when you cross the line. Tucker is going to take that win. Craig Shaw going to take the 2 spot in Stadium Truck. Here comes Anton taking the win in Sportsman. And then we got Jeremiah Rose going to round out the field. Goes huge over that kicker by the start-finish line for the finish. That is a race. That is a race. All stop. All stop. Marshals, grab your blowers. Marshals, grab your blowers. Marshals, grab your blowers. Blow off your respective areas. We're going to need all 4 of those drivers plus a handful of others. Please come out on the track. 21.5 A main is going to be next. All right, so all 4 drivers from that last race on the track, please. We're going to need 3 or 4 volunteer marshals to stay on the track, please. Thank you, marshals, for blowing off your areas. You guys can go ahead and put your blowers down. Put your blowers down. 21.5 A main. Tucker, watch the straightaway. 21.5 A main. You guys go roll them out, check them in. Again, we're going to need about 3 or 4 volunteer marshals to come on out and help with this race, please. So in the 10th spot, Chris Van Wagner. In the 9, Reggie Shepard. Let's just do this. 11, Van Wagner. 10, Reggie Shepard. 9, Mike Sora. 8, Mike Caller. 7, Nick Bayette. 6, Les Anderson. 5, Zach McConnell. 4, Mike Kokot. 3, Brian Cross. Jaden in the 2, and your top qualifier for the night,
45 seconds to the start of the race.
Paul Weir. All right, no one else down the straightaway. No one else down the straightaway. Let's get them gridded up. Gridded up.
30 seconds to the start of the race.
You gonna make it?
15 seconds to the start of the race.
Yeah,
Less than 5.
Isn't racing, so I took 3. You all ready? You don't have anything? It's dead? All right. Everyone part ways. TQ is coming through on his own sweet time. All right, there he is. Paul Weir into that 1 bracket. All right. No Reggie? All right. Here we go. 5 minutes, 21.5 madness. All comes down to this. Marshall's ready. Driver's ready. Keep it clean. Tucker's got it. I don't need your help. TQ's mod thinks he can tell me what to do. All right, Marshall's ready. Driver's ready. Let's go with the sound of the tone. Keep it clean. Keep it clean. Real nice. Real nice. All right, we got a clean start. 21-5 A main. And it is a closely contested battle. Paul Weir saying hi to the pipe. Doesn't lose any time, though. It's Paul Weir, Jaden, Cross, Cocott. Then we got Les Anderson, Bayette in the hunt, Caller. Soars in the hunt. Caller bonks it, drops down a spot, maybe? No, he did not. He held on to his spot, so it's still Paul Weir, Jaden, Cross, Cocott, Anderson. Then we got a mix-up here for this final three coming hot in. That's two All-American boys. Oh, no, Cocott get it wrong. He drops down 3 or 4 spots off that one. Bayette hooks the pipe, collects a couple more. Sora goes out of bounds, resets himself. Someone got it wrong. That was Paul Weir getting around, going on the shredder. That moves Jaden into that one. Then Paul Weir bonks it again, puts it upside down. That's going to drop him into the 6th spot. Pull that trigger. So Jaden moves into that one. Brian Cross in the hunt. Brian Cross taking advantage of a little bobble there from Jaden, but Jaden slams the door and then subsequently puts it upside down. So there is Cross into the 1 spot with his all-white yellow wheel TLR ride through that bull turn. Moves into that 1 spot. Jaden's in the 2. Les moves into the 3. Then Caller finds his way into the 4. Paul Weir to the 5. Then we got Sora, Bayette, Cocott, and Shepard rounding out the field. 140 in, 320 to go. So Brian Cross. Competitive 21 driver. Down the straightaway he goes. Got a straightaway lead on number 2, Jaden. So Cross in the 1, Jaden in the 2. Les in the 3. Paul worked his way back into the 4. Then it's Sora. Caller and Bayette going at it. Cocott trying to make up for some lost time there. He is in the mix as well by the start-finish line. There's your leader off the straightaway. Jaden off the straightaway. Les off the straightaway. And Paul Weir off the straightaway. So we got some close racing. Then Paul Weir bonks ass. Got to get marshaled out. Someone got it upside down. I think that was Jaden. I thought Jaden was a fast marshal. Oh, Mr. Rose has got some wheels. Brian Cross still out front. Les Anderson moved his way into the 2 off that Jaden mistake. Jaden in the 3, Paul in the 4. So there is 3, 4, and 5, 6, 7, 8 off the straightaway. So we got a line of cars all jockeying for position. Paul Weir trying to set his sight on Jaden. Jaden tried to set his sights on Les. Brian Cross nowhere to be found. Although Les is turning on the afterburners, looks like he's starting to set his sights on Mr. Cross. Starting to see him. Jaden with a little bit of a bobble. That allows Weir to sidle up next to him. So down the straightaway they go for that 3 spot. It's Weir and Jaden going to battle it out through that center section. Watching the rumble strip, watching the rumble strip. Cross scaring the crowd with a rare mistake there. Lands on his feet, luckily. So Cross by the, so no, I'm sorry, that was Sora getting it wrong. Sorry about that. Cross is coming over that floater by the start-finish line right now. With 45 seconds left, 45 seconds left. Looks like Paul and Jaden got into it. I'm not sure what happened there. Les is in the 2. Nick moves into that 3 spot. Caller in the 4. And then Carnage coming off the sweeper. I didn't see what happened there, but you guys can referee yourselves. Brian Cross still out front. Brian Cross coming by the start-finish line. Gap was 3.8. Here comes less than that 2 spot. Less than 8. Less than 8. 2 and 1. That is going to be a race. You guys will be done when you cross the start line. Kokot got you. Paul Weir got you. Jaden, you were done. Sora, you were done. There's Les coming by in the 2, so it's a fight between 3 and 4. There's Bayette. And you two will be done when you cross the line. That is it. I'll stop. Marshals, grab your blowers. That is race taking the win. Brian Cross in the 2, Les Anderson in the 3. Nick.
All right, blowers on deck. Race number 6, your 17.5 A main event coming at you
The race
next.
is completed.
17.5 A main event coming at you next. Drivers from race number 5, I need you out around track to corner marshal. Driver race 5, out around track to corner marshal, please. All right, let's go get our blowers down. Blowers down. Marshals our spots, please. Race number 6, you can. Roll them out, check them in. Qualifying in the 10 spot, Josh Santos. In the 9, Mike Blythe. In the 8, Randy Lockett. In the 7, Alan Drebby. In the 6, Paul Weir. In the 5, Dan Collinsworth. In the 4, Rich Williams. In the 4, Brian Day. In the 2, Willie Smith. And on the pole will be...
Been there, done that.
the man, the myth, the
Rich Williams.
ginger legend himself.
Dan
Mr.
Collinsworth.
Jimmy
William
Leffler. Need my marshals our spots, please. Marshals our spots, please.
Jimmy
I
Leff.
got Kokot there. I got Smith
Alan
there.
Drigan.
Caller there. Landerer there.
Randy Lockett.
Sora there. Somebody in front of me, and Bayette right there. Cross off the end of straightaway. And with that being said, straightaway
Lifeline.
is closed. Straightaway is closed. We're going to marshals our
1 minute
spots,
to the start
please.
of the race.
And we actually got Paul Weir
45
out there
seconds
for
to the start of the race.
Yes. Well, it's about time you got with the right team. Oh my.
30 seconds to the start of the race.
Oh, did I say that out loud? I didn't say that out loud. I mean, we're rapidly going into the R-rated portion of tonight's racing program. So with that being said, drivers ready, marshals ready, smoke them if you got
15
them. Got
seconds to
them,
the start of the
smoke them.
race.
Drone at the sound of the tone. And we're locked and loaded. Leffler leading us out. Smith in the 2, Day in the 3. Williams in the 4. Oh, Leffler getting it wrong. Day getting it wrong. Hands going up. Wave him like you just don't care. Leading out with 30 seconds in, 4:30 to go. It is going to be somebody put it upside down. Are you kidding me? Oh, my goodness. Reggie. You can't script a better start than this. Leading us out is going to be Willie Smith. Jimmy Leff in the 2. Lockin, Day, Weir, Drebby, Collinsworth, Weir, Williams. That is going to be running over. Day put it upside down. Marshall right away. Still going to stay in that top 5 spot. He gets collected by Drebby. Boom. Leading us out, it's going to be Willie Smith. In that 2 spot, Jimmy Leffler in the 3. Looks like Randy Locken rolling with the TLR. Paul Weir in that 4 spot. Day in the 5. Locken getting it wrong in front. Jaden Landewer, I'm not quite sure if that was a pirouette or just like tiptoes to the tulip, but it looked really cool nonetheless. Year leader right now is going to be Willie Smith leading out with Jimmy Leff knocking on his back door. Leffler looking high, looking low. To the uptown they go. Weir putting it upside down. Day trying to find a way around. Oh, my goodness. No quarter given. It's going to be Willie Smith leading out. Leffler in the 2. Locking in the 3. Collinsworth now popping up in the 4. Weir in the 5. Looks like Drebby, Williams, Day, and Weir going to round out my top 9. Right now, your top 2 front runners in front of the driver's stand. Through the peristyle turn they go. Willie Smith leading out. Leffler in the 2. Locking in the 3. Looks like Collinsworth, Weir, Williams, and Day. Marshall in the rhythm section. Martha in the rhythm section. It is clear. Thank you, Reggie. Appreciate that. Willie Smith leading out. Smith starting to know the difference between 2.9 and 2 millimeters. At least that's what I've been heard in the pits all day long. It's always good to see. Smith leading out. Leffler in the 2. Randy Locken rolling with a Losi car in the 3 spot. Then it's going to be Collinsworth, Williams, Day making the way up on the inside on Williams. Bayette coming across 2 lanes of traffic with Paul Weir's car. Didn't quite see what happened with that. Watch out the straightaway, watch out the straightaway. Pull that car, pull that car, pull that car. Nicely done. It is clear. All right, now your leader is still going to be Willie Smith. Working his way by the start-finish line. In that 2 spot is going to be Jimmy Leff. In the 3, Randy Locken. Collinsworth in the 4. Now looks like Day popping up into the top 4. Nope, there's Collinsworth, Williams, and Smith's finding his way around. Day off the beaten path early on. With 3:45 in, 1:15 to go. Race number 7. 2-wheel drive modified. You will be up next. 2-wheel drive modified. You will be up next. It's going to be Willie Smith leading out, 17 and a 5:09. Leffler with a 5:16. There's Leffler by the start-finish line. There is Leffler by the start-finish line. Smith coming down that back straightaway right about meow. Leffler working his way through the drop down. Locking in the 3. Williams in the 4. Drebby, Blythe, Day, Weir, and Santos not making the call on this one. Race number 7. 2-wheel drive modified. You will be up next. 2-wheel drive modified. You will be up next. With 25 seconds to go, watch the bull turn, watch the bull turn, watch the bull turn. That was Williams putting it upside down. Williams and Collinsworth going at it for 4th and 5th. Williams now up into the 4. Collinsworth dropping it to the top 5. Meanwhile, your leader working his way in the center section of the track right now. That is Willie Smith in front of the driver's stand. In the 2 will be Jimmy Leffler in less than 5. Less than 5. And that'll be time. Finish lap, you are on. Rich Williams, you are done. In the 4, Collinsworth, you are done. In the 5, waiting on several. Drebby, you are done. Smith, you are done. Blythe, you are done. Locken, you are done. And Jimmy Leff, you are done. That is the race. I'll stop. Marshall's going to grab those blowers.
The race is
and
completed.
Race number 7, 2-wheel drive modified, coming at you next.
All right, we
Kevin
need all
Getty.
those 75 A-main drivers out on the track, please. Modified A-mains coming at you just a few seconds. Once we'll let you guys off the chain here once we'll get the check blown off for you.
Zipping.
All right, let's get all those 75 A-main
Jim
drivers
Silvey.
out on the track, please. To a mod, you guys go and roll them out, check them in. Roll them out, check them in. In the 5, Kevin Gatton. In the 4, it's going to be Blank. In the 3, Richard Lake. In the 2, Ryan Cowler. And then our top qualifiers, Big Jim Silvey. No.
1 minute to the start of the
Hey,
race.
Blythe, check
Ryan
out that
Haulin.
car. See if you can pop the ball cup back on.
45 seconds to the start of the race.
You wanna run my car, Lake?
Thirty seconds to the start of the race.
All right. No one else down the straightaway. No one else down the straightaway.
Fifteen seconds to the start of the
Grid
race.
them up. Grid them up. Lake, you gonna be able to make that repair? Do you want to drive my car?
Less than 5.
All right, Lake's going to switch out his battery into his stock car and run a stock car, looks like. All right, we need a marshal underneath the driver's stand. Underneath the driver's stand. Underneath the driver's stand. I guess the guys that didn't finish the main don't think they have to marshal. All right, let's delete Richard's transponder.
Zipping.
All right, I got you. All right, marshals ready. Drivers ready. Let's get it on at the sound of the tone. All right, Richard Lake's going to see what he can do with his stock car in this mod dance here. He rolls it over, drops back into that fourth spot. Silva hangs on to that one, so it is Silva, Caller Gatton. Richard Lake still in that hunt there as they work their way through that center section of the track. Jim Silva's holding his line nice and smooth like he normally does. Caller Gatton chomping at the bit. One, two, three, and four, working their way through that center section. By the start finish line, it is still Silva. Oh, Silva puts it into the rough. Has to marshal himself out. Only loses one spot, though, so he's down to the 2. Caller gets around into the 1. Gatton's still in that 3 spot. Lake's closing up on that 4 spot. Gatton makes a mistake, puts it upside down, has to get marshaled out. That moves the Lake into the 3. Caller's still hanging on that 1 spot. Silva in the 2, Lake in the 3. One and 2 go nice and smooth over that triple. 3 and 4. Answer in kind over that kicker, over the floater double. 3 and 4 by the start finish line. Lake gets it wrong right in front of the rumble strip. He goes upside down, has to get marshaled out. That moves Gatton back into that 3 spot. Gap between Caller and Silva is 1.2. Caller gives it all up, rolling it over by the start finish line. Gap is now 4/10. And a little bit of a bobble. There you go for a ride down the straightaway. Caller does not want to relent, and he does not. He grabs a handful of trigger and stays out in that front spot after that bobble going into the straightaway. So it's still Caller and Silva. Caller then bobbles it, puts it upside down, lands on his feet, but not before Silva gets back out into the lead. So our TQ drivers, Jim Silva, who lost the spot and dropped down to the 2 for a while, now finds himself back into the 1 over that floater. By the start finish line they go. He's got 1.3 on Caller. Gatton's got 0.8 of a second behind Caller, so 2 and 3 are battling out right now off the straightaway While Jim's trying to gap out just a little bit. Lake in that 4 spot down the straightaway. With 3 in, 2 to go.
2 minutes left.
There's Silva by the straightaway. 1.5 was the gap. It is now 1.4. So a little bit of time was made up by Caller there. Gatton drops off just a tad. With a minute 30 left, Silva by the line. 1.4 was the gap, but it is 1.3. So Caller making up for some last time, running fast and loose up onto the straightaway he goes, giving chase to Jim Silva as they both work their way into that center section. Gatton's not too far behind either. So Caller and Gatton giving everything that they can to try to catch Jim Silva. Mr. Consistent over that triple through that bull he goes. Gatton gets in a little trouble. It's got to fix himself. 50 seconds left. 1.1 separates 1 and 2 now. So Caller's inching his way towards Silva, but then the hard part is getting around him. If he does, 1.1. Now it is 1.1 to a 0. 30 seconds left, 30 seconds left. Caller kisses off a pipe. Allows Jim to get ahead of him just a little bit more with 20 seconds left. All three of these guys are going to get around for at least one more. Silva might get around for a victory lap. We'll see what his lap time is. Through the chicane he goes. Caller and Chase. Down the straightaway they go with less than 6. And that is time. Caller caught you at the line. Jim Silva is going to get his victory lap. Gatton's going to have to settle for that 3. Lake in the 4. So here's our winner, A-Main. Hump Day Haulin. Through that bowl turn he goes in his TLR Raw speed ride by the start finish line. Taking the win, Jim Silva. That is a race. That is a race. Marshals, grab your blowers. Jim Silva taking the win. Caller in the 2. Gatton in the 3.
The race is
Up
complete.
next is our 13.5 expert A-Main. We're going to need all those modified drivers out on the track, please. All right, let's get those mod drivers out on the field, and we'll need 2 or 3 volunteer marshals, please. We can go ahead and put our blowers down, blowers down, blowers down, blowers down. 13.5 4-wheel expert. You guys can go ahead and roll them out, check them in, roll them out, check them in. Watch it straight away there, Blythe. They're coming down hot. Blowers down, blowers down. They're coming in, they're coming in. Blowers down, blowers down, blowers down. Thank you, sir. Those guys were coming in hot. I want them to hit you.
1 minute to the start of the race.
In the 5, Nick Bayette. In the
Slim
4,
Shady.
Rich Williams.
Rich
in the
Williams.
3, Tucker McCumber. In the
Alan
2,
Dreby.
Les Anderson.
Alan
And
Anderson.
our top qualifier tonight, 13.5 expert, Alan Dreby.
45 seconds to the start of the race.
All right, no one else down the straightaway. We'll need 1, 2, 3 marshals, please. 3 marshals, please.
Nick Bayette.
3 marshals, please. No one else down the straightaway. No one else down the straightaway.
30 seconds to the start of the race.
Tucker saws it off in warm-ups. Is that fixable, Jim? Nope. Sorry, buddy. Dreby in the 1, Les
15
Anderson in
seconds
the
to the start of
2.
the race.
3 remains open. 4, Rich Williams, and 5, Nick Bayette. We need 2 volunteers, 1 on the bucket and 1 underneath the driver's stand.
Less than 5.
Mike Blythe's going to help out there. He is. Thank you, Mike. All right, marshals ready. Drivers ready. 5 minutes of Four-wheel madness coming at you at the sound. Sound of the tone. All right, we started with 6. We are down to 4. Drebby hanging on to that hole shot. Rich Williams hanging on to that 2 spot. Nick Bayette trying out a new body, or is that an old one? I don't know, but he's in that 3 spot. Les falls to the 4. So Les got to put his head down. He's got some work to do to catch these guys. Drebby comes by that start-finish line. Rich by the start-finish line. Drebby gets it wrong, gets in the hoses, almost has to get Marshall, gets himself out. Drebby put it upside down, and Rich Williams was into that 1 spot. So Rich Williams finds his way into that 1 spot with his TLR ride. Drebby in the 2. Then Bayette and Les Anderson are going to sock it out for that 3 spot as they both work their way through that bowl turn. By the start-finish line they go. So Rich taking advantage of that mistake. He's able to gap out just a little bit. We'll see if that's going to last. As we got some hard chargers right behind him. Les Anderson and Bayette still hashing it out, going on to that straightaway for that last podium spot. Les goes huge, tries to take over Bayette. Doesn't quite do it because Bayette grabbed a fistful of trigger as well. Les Anderson puts it upside down, and that chicane's got to get marshaled out. So he's going to drop back all that effort. Down the tubes, he's going to have to reset and start over again. But there's still 3 minutes left. 3 minutes left. Rich Williams out the 1. Drebby's hanging on to that 2 spot. Bayette was able to shrug Les off his back. He's going to set aside on Drebby. Drebby gets it wrong going on to that straightaway. Bayette can't seal the deal, though. He's able to close quite a bit of distance, though, as they both come across the start-finish line. Gap is 1 second between Drebby and Bayette. Les is going to try to throw down some quick laps and get up in that mix as well. So 2, 3, and 4 all in the same section of the track. Rich Williams got 4.7 over 2. Scratch that 4.2 now. So Drebby closed in just a little bit by about a half a second. Here comes Rich by the start-finish line with 2 minutes left. 2 minutes left. Still plenty of time. It's only going to take one mistake to lose all that time you got. Oh, there's Rich Williams. Got the heftiest lead of the race. Drebby off that straightaway. Rich Williams gets it wrong. He's got to marshal himself out. 3.3 was the gap here. We'll see where it's at when he comes by the start-finish line. 2.7 is the gap. Les tries to go huge again. Gets out in front of Bayette. Referees himself. Probably the right call there. Well done, gentlemen. Oh, Bayette flips it wrong, puts it upside down, collects a little bit of Les. Les breaks it through, and then he puts it upside down over in that center section. So Les can't catch a break there. Bayette's going to wait for Les. They want to battle it out. They want to have some fun there. I appreciate that with 105 left, 105 left. Bayette and Les going to have some fun battling out for that 3 spot. Right now, it's Bayette got that 3 spot. Anderson in the 4. They work their way through that rumble section. Oh, Bayette puts it upside down, but marshals himself. Les not able to seal the deal there, but Les dives to the inside, tries to go to the inside, and gets it. Goes huge over that triple there, gets around Bayette on a nice inside move off that sweeper. By the start-finish line he goes, so Les moves into that 3 spot. Bayette falls to the 4. That's their closest battle there. Rich Williams still out front. 2.9 separates with 20 seconds left, 20 seconds left. Our mini race is going to be up next. That's me, Reggie, Renee, and Jaden. And there's 3 and 4 battling out again. They were able to close the door on one another, but right now Les has got a pretty decent lead. That's time expiring. That you're going to end where you finish when you cross that line. Here comes Les by the line for that 3 spot. Bayette in fashion in that 4 spot. Rich Williams taking the win, and Drebby in that 2 spot. I'll stop. Marshals, grab your blowers. We're going to need you 3 drivers and a handful of volunteers to get this last race up and running. Jaden, Reggie, and Renee, we need you out on the track.
Reggie Shepard.
All right, let's get a handful of marshals out here so we can get this last race up and underway. Let's go, Renee. Let's go. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Go up the ramp. Just go up the other way.
1 minute to the start of the race.
All right, let's get let's get our marshal chair position, please, so I know where we're at here. Probably get away with a few less.
45 seconds to the start of the race.
Sure.
Thirty seconds to the start of the race.
All right, let's guys go ahead. Let's get him gridded up here. Our final race of the night.
15 seconds to the
Jaden
start
in
of
the
the race.
1, Reggie in the 2, Renee Van Wagner in that 3 spot.
Less than 5.
All right, let's get gridded up here. We are going to be on the straightaway.
Jaden Longwood.
Jaden in the 1, Reggie in the 2, Renee in the 3. Oh, you want to start right there? I got you. All right, I'll let you start right there. All right, marshal's ready, driver's ready. Loop's going. Sorry. Keep it clean. Let's get it on at the sound of the tone. All right, so we got Renee out front. Jaden in the 2. Reggie gets it wrong in that 3 spot. Pull the trigger, Renee. You had your shot right there. Could have let it out for a little bit. All right, so Jaden gets off clean. Reggie makes a handful of mistakes, goes huge, and puts it into the weeds. Has to get marshaled out. Wild, wild stuff here. Our Mini Madness, our last race closing out our Hump Day Haulin clubbing race here. Don't forget, we have Haulin for the Holidays on Saturday, brought to you by Richard Lake. Bring in a brand new toy, hopefully worth $20 or more, and get your race entry for free. It's always a good event. Gives you an opportunity to provide for those who are less fortunate during the holidays. Give them a good Christmas, and you'll have a blast racing out here on a Saturday, too. And you're welcome to bring more than just one gift as well. Just bring as many as you want. So we got Jaden out front, Reggie in the 2, Renee in the 3, with a minute 30 in, 3:30 to go. Anything can happen. These things are prone to break if we get a little too crazy. If anyone knows how to break a mini, it's the trigger man, Jaden Landwehr. He don't care. Through that bull turn he goes, over that kicker. Handful of throttle trying to set up for that floater and doesn't quite square it off. By the start finish line, he goes. 2 down, 3 to go. 2 down, 3 to go. Thank you, everybody, for coming on out to Hobby Action on a Wednesday night club. And it's always a nice, chill environment. I hope you all had a good time. Make sure you drive home safe. And hopefully we'll see you all on Saturday. Halfway down, halfway to go. Jaden still out front. Reggie in the 2. Renee in the 3.
Two minutes left.
Minute 40 left. Minute 40 left. Jaden still out front. Reggie in the 2. Renee in the 3. Oh, no, and he does it. Jaden breaks his car. Has to go see the pit man. Mike Blythe looks like he got back up and running, so Reggie's looking his chops. He might slide into that one spot here. We'll see what happens. Jaden's pit stop was pretty quick, though.
One minute left.
All right, less than a minute on our last race. Our Wednesday night clubbing. Renee hooks a pipe there. 50 seconds left. Reggie gets it wrong in the same spot. Here comes Jaden. So Jaden out in front. Not by much, though. Reggie, that is your leader right there. Go get him, man. You guys are on the same lap, same stretch of course here. So I guess that wreck that, I guess that pit stop did cost Jaden quite a bit. Because now Reggie's in the hunt here in our closing seconds. 20 seconds left. This will be first and second's last lap. Oh, Reggie puts it upside down. That lets Jaden breathe a sigh of relief as he works his way through the chicane. Puts it up on to the straightaway. There goes Renee over that floater. She's going to make a bye for one more. 4 seconds left. 3, 2, and 1. That is time. That is time. Everyone's going to be done when you cross that line. There goes Jaden across the line. There goes Reggie across the line in the 2, making a last-ditch effort. Only off by 3.3. That is a race. All stop, all stop. Again, thanks for all coming out. You don't have to blow off the track. Yeah, make sure you guys have a safe ride home, and don't forget to come out on Saturday and bring some toys.
The race is completed.